Chapter 13, The Grand Announcement. The day of the gala arrived. The ballroom was transformed into a sea of opulence, with glittering chandeliers and fragrant flowers. The company's staff, from the top executives to the janitorial team, were all invited. Akin, still in his stunt guise, was helping the catering staff set up, his heart pounding with a mix of excitement and anxiety. He saw Ifeoma enter, looking radiant in a shimmering gown. His heart skipped a beat. She was so beautiful. She saw him and smiled, a strange, knowing look in her eyes. It was a look he had never seen before. A look that told him that she knew something. A look that told him that his time was running out. He saw Chaik, looking dapper in a designer suit. Chaik saw him too and gave him a sharp, knowing nod. Akin knew that Chaik was aware of his deception. He didn't know how or when he found out, but he knew he was in on the secret. He was a little relieved that he had a confidant, a friend who knew his secret. The moment came. Akin was introduced to the stage. He stood tall, his voice booming through the microphone. He spoke about the company's success and his vision for the future. He then spoke about his personal life, about his search for love. He told them about his charade, about how he had disguised himself as a cleaner to find a woman who loved him for him, not for his money. The crowd was in a state of shock. Gasps and whispers filled the room. No one could believe what they were hearing. They couldn't believe their CEO, the great Akin Alabi, was the man they had seen mopping the floors. They couldn't believe they had been deceived. The room was a cacophony of surprise and disbelief. Chapter 14, The Big Reveal. He then looked at Ifeoma, his eyes filled with love and hope. "And I found her," he said, his voice now soft and full of emotion. "I found the one woman who saw me, who truly saw me, as a person. Not as a CEO, not as a rich man, but as a human being. She treated me with kindness, with respect, with love, when everyone else looked down on me." He then asked her to come up to the stage. Ifeoma walked up to the stage, her head held high. She looked at him, her eyes filled with a mix of emotions he couldn't decipher. He took her hand, a small, nervous smile on his face. He was about to ask her to marry him, to make his dream a reality. The crowd was silent, a breathless silence, waiting for the climax of the story. He was about to propose when Ifeoma pulled her hand away. "You're a great man, Akin," she said, her voice now cold and full of disdain. "A great man of deceit and lies. You're a fake. You're a fraud." The crowd gasped. Akin was stunned. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He couldn't believe the woman he was about to propose to was calling him a fraud. He looked at her, his eyes filled with confusion and hurt. "Ifeoma, what are you talking about?" he whispered. "Don't play innocent," she said, her voice now a hiss. "You're not turned. You never were. You're Akin Alabi, the CEO. You've been lying to me this whole time. Do you think I'm stupid?" The crowd was now in an uproar. Whispers turned into shouts. The room was filled with chaos. Chapter 15, The Confession. Ifeoma then revealed the truth. "I knew who you were, Akin. I've known for a while now. I wasn't just a friendly colleague. I was playing a game of my own. I saw you, Mr. CEO, in your little disguise, and I saw an opportunity. I saw a chance to get a piece of your pie, a slice of your life. So I decided to play along. I decided to be the perfect woman you were looking for." Akin was speechless. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. The woman he thought was his one true love was a fraud. She was a gold digger, just like all the others. The whole time, she had been playing him, pretending to be the woman of his dreams. He felt a wave of nausea, a sudden and profound sense of betrayal. He was not just heartbroken, he was humiliated. He looked at her, his eyes filled with a mix of fury and disbelief. "Why?" he asked, his voice now a mere whisper. "Why did you do this, Ifeoma? We could have had it all. We could have been happy. Why did you have to ruin it?" She laughed, a cold, heartless laugh. "Happy? Don't be naive, Akin. You were just a means to an end. You were a way for me to get what I wanted. I wanted your money, your power, your life. I wanted to be the queen, and you were the king." He looked at her, his eyes filled with a mix of disgust and pity. He had been so blind. He had been so sure she was the one. He had been so certain she was different. But she wasn't. She was just like all the others. He felt a deep sense of shame and regret. He had been so foolish. He had been so stupid. He had been played. Thanks for watching this episode. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to get notified for next episode.